Hi friends, it's Joan at 10 Pentacles Tarot, and today I'm going to review for you the Divine Feather Messenger deck and book set. Now, a lot of people believe that when you find a feather that it is a message from a loved one in spirit, or it is a message that an angel is near, or some other sort of message. So I thought this looked like a really, really interesting deck. I got it at half price books for $11.49, which makes me happy. And the regular price is not on it, but it's probably $23 or so. So I'm going to take this sticker off because you know what? I don't love those stickers, and it kind of blocks the view. But anyway, kudos to Half Price Books. Love them. I always find good stuff there. Okay, so this is a top and bottom box. It's not super thick, but it's fine. This is by Alison DeNicola and artwork by David Scheirer. The sides are this. It is published by U.S. Game Systems, Inc. And the back says, Divine Feather Messenger Deck and Book Set. This inspirational deck brings the angelic insights and healing energy associated with finding feathers to those who seek divine guidance from the mystical realm of birds. Double-sided cards present feather art on one side with a watercolor image of the bird and an affirmational message on the reverse. The guidebook shares specific stories about the 44 different birds and relates their natural symbolism to colors, seasons, elements, and special energies. Set includes 44 double-sided cards and 80-page guidebook. All right, so let's take a look. Inside of the box cover, ooh, pretty green. Let's look at the guidebook first. And I have to say this, one of the reasons I was really attracted to this deck is because I found this feather and no one could identify it. Some people said owl. I think we narrowed it down to either a turkey, an owl, or a hawk. And then I found this feather, which is very, very similar. And I know that this is an owl feather. So we're going to compare the cards and see if we can identify for sure this big feather that I don't know what it is. And I'll tell you how I know that one's an owl feather too in a minute. All right, so this is a soft cover book. It's kind of a semi glossy or satin finish cover. Let's see, this is a 2019 deck, so it's been around for a little while. I was really happy that I found it. So we have the introduction, working with the Divine Feather Messengers. Here is past, present, future spread. It talks about the elements, the seasons, the colors. This is the table of contents. And the cards are, wait, no, they're not either. I was going to say they are alphabetical, and they are, with the exception of the white swan, the white turkey, and the white eagle. Those three are first, and then it starts with blackbird and goes to wren alphabetically. So I'm not sure, there's probably something in the book about why that would be, or why that is. Okay, so it talks about white swan. So for each bird, it looks like there's a description about the bird, or discussion about the bird. And then there's the message. There are the energies, the season, the elements, the color, and the affirmation. And it's the same thing with each bird, each feather, or each card rather. I'm sorry. It's about a page to a page and a half of information about each one. All right, and then each one. And we'll do a one-card reading at the end so you can see how the book is written to see if you can relate to it. I always think that's super important. Here's the author. That is Alison DeNicola. She's a yoga and meditation teacher, energy healer, and author living in Stamford, Connecticut. There's more, and there's contact information. There is the artist, David Scheirer, and his information as well. Couple pages for notes, and that's the guidebook. All right, so here are the cards. There's a nice insert. I always like it when there's an insert and the cards aren't flapping around in there. That irritates me for some reason. So on the back is the picture of each feather. Now I am going to show you the ones that I found that I found that were similar to the feathers I have. And I'm going to say, there's just a few of them. That may be. The thing is, the feathers are so, that's possible. Okay, I know, bear with me. I'm going to show you them all in a minute. What's that? That is a flicker. No, it's not that. Okay, so obviously we know that this feather is from a big bird because it's a big feather. Now, I'll tell you what. Even though owls are big birds, look here. Look at this match, folks. This is almost exactly, look at the shape. I don't know if you can see that, but the shape, how there's an indent right here in the feather. There's that. And look, to me, this is just about identical shape-wise. Now, it's not as quite as dark on the top, but doesn't that vary with the bird? So, and this is an owl feather. So I'm guessing that this feather is from an owl. That is and I'm going by this indent here. I really think that is an owl feather. Now, this other mystery feather, I suppose it could be an owl. Maybe some of you know more about birds than I do, but the shape isn't, there's no indent here, so I don't know if that makes it not an owl feather or not. The color looks like it matches very well, except that these stripes go out to a point rather than wide. Okay, so then the next option is, this is a wren feather. Okay, so obviously a wren is not this big. Forget that. It's not a wren. And this feather is a pheasant, and I don't know. It's not shaped like the feather in the picture. It's not sharp and pointed. And I've seen pheasant feathers, but I don't know if pheasants have other feathers that might not be pointed. I'm not a bird expert by any stretch. And I felt that this one fit pretty well. It's not pointed. This feather is not pointed when the one in the picture is. And this is a meadowlark, so I'm pretty sure it's not a meadowlark, because that's, again, is a small bird. So the only thing we have that matches right now is the yeah, and the hawk feather looks like that. So I don't know, guys. I'm leaning toward owl on this one. Just tell me what you think. Okay, and let's get back to the cards. For those of you who just want to see the cards and not hear about my feathers, let's do it. All right, so I will show you the fronts, and then I'll flip them over. So blackbird. So it has the name of the bird at the top, a picture of the bird, and then the affirmation at the bottom of the card. So for blackbird, it's the magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. And when we do our one card reading, we'll see if that is what is the affirmation in the book, or if that's just on the card, like inspiring words. Okay, so we have blackbird. There's the feather. Blue jay. There's the feather. Blue bird. There's the feather. And I think when you're identifying feathers in real life, you have to keep in mind how big the bird is too. Canary. Cardinal. I really like this deck. It's thin. Chickadee. Condor. Crane. Crow. Dove, duck, eagle, and of course there are different feathers from different parts of the birds. For example, I have a cockatiel, and if a feather falls out of his head, it's yellow, but if it's a wing or a tail feather, it's gray. So, you know, it depends on where the feather comes from too. Falcon. Okay, so My feather kind of looks like a falcon feather, the shape and everything, but the color isn't exactly the same. So could that be a falcon? I don't know. Probably not. Finch. Flicker. Goose. Grouse. And that's another one that's stripy like that, but the color's not the same, and it doesn't have the big stripe at the top. Hawk. Heron. And of course, every type of bird is not in this deck either. Oh, whoops, I forgot. Hummingbird. I have a friend who feeds hummingbirds. They are so cool. Kingfisher. Loon. Magpie. Nuthatch. Oriole. Osprey. Ostrich. Parrot. Peacock. Pelican. Raven. Robin. I like the way they put the two robin feathers there. Starling. Turkey. Again, that could be turkey feather, but it's not the same shape. Vulture. White eagle. White owl. White swan. White turkey. Woodpecker. Wren. Again, that's similar, but that wren's a little thing. Pheasant. And meadowlark. And a meadowlark, I'm thinking a meadowlark. That is a pointed feather. That's similar, but not exactly. And meadowlarks are pretty small, aren't they? Owl. Okay, so that owl is the winner of my feather guess. Okay, so let's shuffle these. Yeah, they shuffle. There's only 44, so they should be pretty easy to shuffle. And we'll see what message Spirit has for you today from the birds. From this bird deck. Okay. Okay, Spirit, what message do you have for the viewer today? And there it is. The ostrich. Wow. I didn't see that one coming. Okay. So the ostrich says, the choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. And there's the ostrich feather. Okay. Feel the wisdom and truth. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. So let's see what it says. Okay. It says, while he cannot fly, the ostrich is a creature of great strength and speed. This exotic bird with his head held high is seen as symbolizing higher knowledge and intuition. At the same time, he embodies grounding and a tangible connection to the earth. In mythology, the great Egyptian goddess Ma'at uses her feather of truth, the ostrich feather, to weigh the hearts of those passing at the end of life. If the heart is pure and good, the heart is sent with the soul to the upper world. If the heart is dark and impure, it is swallowed and dissolved. In this way, the feather of Ma'at represents justice served based on right action and choice. While we seek higher knowledge, we should choose to use it in a practical and grounded way. The message says, Ostrich Messenger invites you to reflect on your personal journey now. Have you been on an endless search for knowledge, teaching, and wisdom? Maybe you have not yet begun. In either case, this divine messenger urges you to begin to move ideas and energy out of the mental realm and start to apply this information in a practical way. Using new knowledge is the way to move forward in life. Always remember to reflect on the truth of what you are walking in the world. Choose to lower your head occasionally like ostrich, not to bury it, but to look deeply inward. Honor what is true and just in your own heart. The energies are grounding, truth, and choice. The season is all year round. The element is earth. The colors are black, white, gray, and brown. And the affirmation is this: truth guides my journey forward. I am fully grounded in this way. All right, so what I wanted to see was if the words at the bottom of the card are the same as the affirmation, and they're not. So that's an extra message for you also, which kind of sums up what is in the book. The choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. All right, so very good. Once again, the affirmation: truth guides my journey forward. I am fully grounded in this way. All right, friends, so that was my review of the Divine Feather Messenger deck and book set by Alison DeNicola with artwork by David Scheirer and published by US Game Systems in 2019. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you've not done so. It's completely free for you, and it helps me out a whole lot. I want to thank you for being with me here today. I appreciate you so much more than you'll ever know. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is where you are, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.